Hi guys, I'm at a layover right now. I'm in New York. It's like a vintage theme hotel. They have like landline phone. They have like a landline phone and everything, which you need to use like that. I love it. It's a very old Hollywood Om Shanti Om vibes and I love that. But anyways, I ordered food. I'm in New York, by the way. JFK, John F. Kennedy Airport, from Stop, Chop and Roll. So when we are in hotels in America, they charge you fee to bring your food up to the room. So we decide we just gonna order in one go for other meals. So I have a lot of food actually. So let's see what I got. I'm very excited. So this is sushi and you can only find, I mean not only, but you can easily find veg sushi in America because of their vegan trend, I guess. So much soya sauce. And don't think that sushi is such fancy food. The first time I ever tried sushi was in Bombay. Okay, this is a poke bowl. It has brown rice, cucumber, sweet potato, fried onion and egg. So good. This is gonna be so filling, but I don't feel like having it now. Okay, first is this vegetable roll and this is warm. I think this is fried. Okay, fried sushi, all the Japanese people are quaking. Sushi is not supposed to be fried as far as I know. I'm about to have a sushi party. Cause what? But yeah, what is today's video? It's gonna be like a mukbang style video. I've done another sushi mukbang in San Francisco. I have a poke bowl and I have 4 assorted vegetable roll. Then this is the free one. So I need to see if this is veg first of all, because it was supposed to have some seafood inside. I hope it doesn't. I told them no tuna. Tuna, how do you say that? I don't know. I mean, all I see is avocado and something else. So I don't know. It came free, so maybe they're like, we don't care. I didn't taste anything fishy. Because I think also in America, the one good thing is if you want an alteration to your meal, they will respect that and actually do it. So I trust them. Yeah, I don't think that's fish. Wow. I'm excited. I hope you are excited too. I stopped doing mukbangs because I got one comment saying nobody wants to watch you eat. I also got a comment saying, ew, who wants to see someone eat? That's gross. And I stopped. I let the haters win. Because I love doing mukbangs and I get to eat. And hey, I love watching mukbangs also. Oh my god. Did you see that? I hope that was on camera, my spidey sense. Wow. It's like deep fried sushi. It's like sushi ke pakode. I feel like I haven't spoken to you in a while. I have been posting on my Instagram a lot, but I don't know if you noticed. I don't post my day like, oh, this is what I did today. Maybe something interesting that I feel like posting, but at the start of the pandemic, I decided that I need to share less just because it was so overwhelming. So I decided to stop posting my food of the day. Your meals, I stopped posting that. So it was very difficult to shake off that habit. Like it took a good week because automatically. And when you eat it also, it's like, what? And when you plate your food nicely, it's like, yeah, my food looks pretty, but for what? And then I was like, wait, I'm not doing it for the people, I'm doing it for me. No, that was such a bad habit. Then after things opened up in Singapore, I have stopped taking photos of food altogether. All I do when the food comes is eat, and that's the best thing in the world. Trust me, trying to get that picture is not worth it. When you get your food and directly going into it is the best, guys. Oh my gosh. And usually other people are taking food, so if some food is like very different or whatever, then I take a photo, but usually I don't, and it's so good. Try it sometime. How come this soy sauce is like not that liquidy? This was free. I need an angle where you can actually see the food because that's the point of a mukbang, right? There we go. Amazing. I was wearing this night suit, but then it got cold here in the evening, so then I wore this on top. I've been posting my TikTok vlogs here because, you know, I also feel that with the new forms of social media, YouTube has become very different because you are posting on Insta stories, TikTok, Insta post, this, that. Earlier, all of that would be in a YouTube vlog. That's why those vlogs would be meaty. Now people are planning vlogs and also it's like, what do I even vlog about? I don't think you're supposed to bite sushi, but I don't think you're supposed to fry sushi also. Even throughout the pandemic, it's been like 1.5 years since I've gone back home. I wanted to do a live checking in with you all, especially with the second wave of the disease. I'm not saying it because I don't want this to be like demonetized or whatever. But then, I don't know, I just didn't. I'll tell you a quick story. I did another US flight. When we were waiting at the airport for our bag or something, I saw these kids run up to their father and then they hugged. And the hug, you could tell that they were meeting after a while. I started crying. Straight up started crying. All my Singaporean colleagues were like, it's okay, you go home soon, don't worry. But that's where I'm at right now. I went home last in March 2020. It's been so tough. But in the beginning, it was like, oh, exciting, what's gonna happen? Then it kept extending. Then it was like, there was a period where I was missing them so bad last year. And at the start of this year, when it was like, wait, but 2021 was supposed to fix everything, right? Everybody was expecting everything to be back to normal. I saw a lot of people around me going back home on leave without pay, but a lot of the times they are not able to come back, especially with the Singapore rules now. I was ready to quit, go home, everything. The practicality comes in, because this is my career, right? If it was, say, a man or anything, this wouldn't be like a thing like, oh, you're a man, quit your career and come back home. No, right? Nobody's telling me to come back home, by the way, I'm just saying. So I can't just quit my career and go home like that. So yeah, then there was a brief period of like extreme, like, oh my god, what do I do? Every day I would decide, and even my mom was like, it's not practical. Then I was at a point of numbness where I was like, whatever, don't know, no feelings, no nothing. Now I'm at a place where I'm like, you know what? This is it, this is this. So I can't leave a job in my hand. So many people are looking for jobs, have been kicked out. I have a job, I need to respect that. This is where life has put me, and I'm gonna make the most of it. And luckily Singapore is also open, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna enjoy as much as I can here, because I'm never ever gonna get this again. I hope I never get this again. I don't want to be in this situation again. The second wave was so hard. You have to explain for your country so much when you're abroad. When you're abroad, you're basically the representative of your country. You might as well just wear the UN jacket and say India behind, because that's apparently what I am, a walking representation of my country. And whichever human being from my country foreigners have dealt with, they think that makes up a country of 1.8 billion people. No, is it more? Yeah, so you have to explain for your country, why are they doing this? I'm like, I'm not even in the country, how do I know? But you guys, if you're from India, you have also dealt with a lot. I saw on Instagram, everybody was pooling together to get the oxygen and everything. It was like so cool, right? It's just becoming sad. I don't want this video to be sad. I'm not sad. I'm really okay. I have not been this okay since last year. I'm really okay at this point, and yeah, I'm really okay. Do you think the pandemic or the lockdowns or staying with yourself has changed you? I am fascinated to know this. Please comment below if it did, because it has changed me so much. I am a completely different person now. Much more calmer version of myself. Yeah, there's a disturbance here. Why does this happen with my camera? Hope it's gonna be better now, for now at least, yeah. At the start of the lockdowns, I was going crazy because I am like a type A kind of person. Must be overproductive all the time, must be busy all the time, cannot stay calm. Because even I've been working since I was 18, man, so I've been go, that to cabin crew. I've always been go. I never had the time to calm down, I realized. Because you're in school, after school, next year I started working. So whenever I had the time to just, whatever, chill, you know. I've always been that kind of person. So in the beginning, I really panicked. I was like, what do you mean I can't do anything? Like, I'm not supposed to do anything? What do you mean? What do you mean? No job? What? I've never been without work. In school, you have your school work, and after that, I had my job. And to be okay with that, slowly I appreciated the slow pace of life. Even then, when I was living alone, I was doing the most. Especially, okay, I've realized when I'm alone, I'm damn productive. When I'm with people, I'm not. Also, I think because when I'm with people, I am more about being with the people and spending time there, chilling. So when I started living with housemates, I would hang out with them, chill out. If they're chilling, then I'll chill. And it's nice, and slowly and steadily, I'm really appreciating the slow pace of living, and I love hanging out indoors now. Earlier, I used to love hanging out outdoors, go out, be social as much as I can, 7 days a week. The entire month. Now my social battery runs out so fast. Like if I've met 3 people in a week, I need the next 2 weeks off because I need to recharge. And not just at home, or I need to go out alone. to just be alone. I love being alone generally also, but now it's essential. Okay, there have been times in my life when I feel like I gained consciousness, and during this pandemic is when I gained consciousness, I feel. Does that make sense? Before the pandemic, I feel like, okay, I was traveling, doing everything, all those vlogs, right? When I rewatch it, that's when I remember it. But do I remember living through it? No, everything was like a whirlwind, like, oh, everything is happening around me. I didn't feel like, I don't know how to make it make sense, but I felt like life was passing by very fast. I would go home, this, that, maybe it was just jet lag. But I feel like I was not conscious when I was doing it. Maybe I was not living in the moment because social media, everything could be that too. But I just feel like life was passing by so fast. Like, then the life before it, I feel like all of that happened in a different dimension. Maybe it's just that because I've changed and that was a completely different person. But I feel like I've gained consciousness. Does that make sense? Can you relate to this? If any of this video makes sense, please like this video. Yeah, I've also started to look at things in a very grey way. I've always been a black and white person. Someone is good or someone is bad. Something is like this or like that. There's no grey, no in between for me. And I couldn't behave in between. Like, you know how you are like, I don't like this person. I either like this person or I hate them. I couldn't be just normal. I would call it, I can't be fake. If I hate you, I hate you. But when you grow up, you realize that sometimes you have to work with them. Sometimes they're in your close circle or whatever, and you can't remove them from your circle. So I have realized to appreciate the grey shades in life. Like, things are always not how they seem to be. Governments, countries, people, everything is not black and white. And now I am of an opinion where it's like, if somebody has a black and white opinion, I feel like either you need to be the CEO of every little piece of information about that topic ever, or you are not open to other sides of the stories. Because how can you have a black and white opinion about anything, I feel, unless you have experienced it? Even then, it's only your perspective. Whatever you see or experience is your perspective. It's not necessarily the reality, how it happened. Also looking at the world with a Tedha view where it's like, aliens? Conspiracy? I am really full. I still have 3 pieces of sushi left, but I'm really full. I feel like, okay, I saw this in a YouTube video. This is not an original thought. We scroll through Instagram feeds every day. We remember other people's life. Like, tell me, your favorite YouTuber, my life. Do you remember my life through videos and everything? How much do you remember of your life? I know you'll be like, obviously I remember my life. Zoe Salgat is having a baby. I remember her life. I remember the moments, how she's grown, everything. Because I've been watching it regularly. When was the last time you opened your hard drive, your old photo albums and looked at your life, right? For me, I have forgotten a lot of it. And then I go back in my gallery. Okay, and then you look at Instagram, you keep scrolling and their life is so much better, their life is so nice, they're so loved, they're with people. Especially at the start of pandemic when we couldn't go home, we were missing family, we would feel like, my family, everything, you know, you feel alone. We need to remember our life. How we scroll through Instagram, we need to scroll through our old photos to remember our life. Because of course our photos, when you take a photo, is also the good moments in your life. So when you watch it back, you're like, wait, my life is actually good. When I go, I'm like, wait, I am loved. I have so many people in my life. I've had so many good moments, you know. And then Instagram is like, okay, whatever, because that's someone else's highlight reel. Why not look at your own highlight reel? I did that. So that's about remembering your life. Because we remember other people's life, because you don't look at your own feed, maybe once in a while, but no, right? And Instagram is also set up stuff. But if you watch like your old videos and everything, it's so heartwarming. It's like, I've had such a good life. I'm so blessed. I mean, I am blessed like that. I hope you are too. I'm not being like everybody is like that, like being insensitive or whatever. Anyways, I feel like I've made 2 10-minute videos and I'll be editing this short, but I can't eat these actually. Maybe later in the night, but yeah. I'm gonna take a leave. I hope you enjoyed this philosophical look at lockdown. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. Please keep the conversation going. Follow me on Instagram or just subscribe to this channel. I post random content. I do lives here. I am gonna be doing monthly lives. This month is due. And then, yeah, uploading a lot of more about my life here. So if you want that, keep on watching and I will try to finish this sushi later. Sushi ke pakode. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Stay safe. Take care.